What we will show is a work in progress, because today is working on his graduation work, and he has the case study of that building, so this building of the university, and his task will be how to refurbish the building and at the same time follow the instructions of the guidelines of cultural heritage, and also to consider the energy efficiency and as well the quality of new interventions into the space. So very many tasks for today in the future. So we will show you how we dealt with architectural values and potentials. We will define conditions and at the end also define some problems. And for the solutions of those problems, we reached to the company Sora to help us find a proper way how to solve them. That's too much. Okay, a little bit of history before we start. I'd like to present the site where this building was built and what was before that building. So before this building was built, here stood so-called Vidam's Palace. And it was also called the princely seat or castle, as the ruler stayed there when visiting Ljubljana. In the past also this corner, so this corner here, was protected by a fortified camp facing Congress Square, and the Congress Square is here. And it was quite an important site because so fortified, a lot of important residents and nobility were building their palaces and mansions here. So this is also why this area, still named Square of the Princely Seat, and this is here, was mainly inhabited by the nobility. And in 1895, there was an earthquake in Ljubljana, so the Vidam's Palace was demolished, and this building in which we are today was built between 1899 and 1902 by architect Hrasky and later Josip Hudec. So you can see the plan of the building in this map. The new Vice Lord's Mansion was built in a German Renaissance style, and its architecture is emphasized by little columns and adorned with the coats of arms of 14 Carnolian towns. At the center of the front, there is also the coat of arms of the province of Carniola, held up with two children. I don't know how much you can see that. And the building became the Slovene alma mater when the university was established in 1919. So before the Second World War, the university also achieved complete independence. And on the green plot in the front of the building, there you can still see today this bronze herm of its first rector, mathematician Josip Plemel, to celebrate 50 years of the university. So, at first, the university building housed the lecture rooms of some of the faculties, predominantly law and arts. Later on, only the law school with its institutes. And in the building, there is the seat of the rector's office and the university administration. This is the original plan. So the building is situated on the expiration of the building set along Vegova and Gosposka Street, and in the transition to the Congress Square. On the second and third floor of the back wing is this festival hall in which the Cornelian Provincial Assembly assembled until 1918. And cross-section of the building shows a several floor building with basement and attic as well as spacious inner court. So the whole building and its individual parts are protected as a cultural monument of exceptional value. And among the most important heritage values are spatial position in the urban part of the city, which I explained, and also architectural value of the interior and exterior. So I would ask Tadej now to show his work.
I will show you a quick look about building. The building has 5 functional floors from basement to attic. Each has approximately 2,100 square meters. And now here is the first floor. Here are the main, the most prominent rooms in first floor. So ceremonial entrance and staircase, and main staircase in first floor. Then we have a second floor plan. Third floor plan. And attic. This was the quick look through plans. Now the program of the building, while in the basement occupying rooms such as storage, installations, archive can be found in the first floor. The main and ceremonial staircase represent the most important interior, as I mentioned. Main staircase connect all floors of a building except attic, while ceremonial staircase is in use for only special occasions and only connects ceremonial halls with the ceremonial entrance. So in plan, here are a ceremonial entrance and stairs. Here is main stairs. Then the second floor, as called Piano Nobile, the most prominent floor in the building in the terms of the program and the building decorations. There are protocol area for ceremonial events, rector's room and office room. It has to be mentioned that assembly hall, where we are in, is in addition to the staircase and lobby, the only room extending through the 2 floors. Third floor, most of the rooms are offices. There is one ceremonial room above a rector's room called Slavnostna dvorana, the ballroom, and of course the second part of assembly hall with balconies up here. Access to the attic was built subsequently. The tower in the atrium. This is a new part of the building. The entire area is not in use yet. Only the part where IRI Institute is, the part above ceremonial entrance, and 2 rooms on the east side. During the preparation of the renovation plans around year 2000, a preliminary study of buildings' architectural values before the renovation was done. Rooms were sorted in 4 categories of architecture value. First category is the highest quality. Here is one closer example. Second category are rooms with architectural and structural value. Third category are poor quality rooms. There was some cases to modify those rooms who are partly in first category and third category, and the fourth category are new constructions without any necessary changes. The rooms were recorded and categorized by small graphic image and short description defining the area, size, purpose, elevation, and damage in each room of this building. Then the study of architecture potential was sorted in categories too, considering the quality which has to be reached after the renovation. Here is one shorter, closer look to this diagram. Shows how every floor should be refurbished. Here are the same as before. 4 categories: restoration approach for the highest quality rooms, then preserving the architectural characteristic of the room, possible processing or quality upgrade, and the new construction. This studies was made before the renovation. So here I want to say something about location. As mentioned, the building is located in the heart of the city. The building is not a part of the row of houses or a building island, but it stands on its own. What you see here are houses in a row. This building has streets and park and garden around, so we can walk around it. So that means that all 4 facades of the building are equally decorated, of course, with different types of focuses. The entrance area at the north side of the building represents a really important front of the Congress Square. This part. It is the only building facing the square which construction line is moved back from the peripheral line of square. So in this building, all buildings here are built on this line, and only the rector's building is moved a little bit back. The building has 3 types of entrances. The main entrance on northern side is for the visitors and employees. The entrance to the ceremonial room is located at the western side here of the building. The eastern access is also arranged for the wheels from east side. The building volumes have different importance. The most prominent part of the building is the main entrance volume at the northern side and the part of the west facade. So this is the northern part, and this one is for ceremonial. It's like a tower on the west facade. All 4 corners of the building are moved a bit out of the main facade line. What we see here, this is the main facade line, and corners are a little bit out from this side lines. The eastern access is also arranged for so all 4 corners of the building are moved a bit of the facade lines. As I said, exposed part of the building are connected with intermediate volumes. These volumes are here. The rooms in the building are arranged considering the importance of their functions, which can be observed also on the facades of the building. Here we make some sun study. The important is for organization of the use of the space in the building, for the quality of the work during the daylight, for the gain of the solar energy, and also to support the right decision about kind of windows should be chosen to achieve the best energy refurbishment. This is just a graphic showing. Later we will make mathematical tool. So the external appearance of the building is connected with internal function. Energy losses are high at windows and doors. There are 340 different types of 340 windows, which all are different types. Here are shown only the most typical ones in each floor. So we have defied some problems which need to be faced if respecting the condition of the Institute of Cultural Heritage and energy refurbishment for the building. So existing windows are old and energy consuming. Those are box windows with with single glazing. Then diverse forms of windows for each floor has a different segment of the building. The windows technology requires a broader frame and multi-layer glazing, which will change the external appearance of the building facade, but facade is not allowed to be changed, and original shape and colors of the windows and the buildings need to be followed.
I am Ale Šugošek. I'm coming from a company, Sora. We are a producer of wood and wood aluminium windows, and I guess I have quite a hard task now, because you're just after lunch, the temperature is just fine, the value of oxygen here is decreasing, and also the caffeine is not already yet in your veins, but anyway, I will try to be as much enthusiastic as possible. So here we are in this Knowledge Alliance project, where we communicate and cooperate with a scientific institution. This is Faculty of Architecture, and we are a kind of reality check. So we try to give our best knowledge from industry, some of our former experiences, and also our knowledge from the field of thermal efficiency, and we try to mix this with theoretical background from the Faculty of Architecture together to get the best solution for this great building you are in today. Just quickly, a brief introduction about the windows. So what is really important about the windows? The first thing is the thermal transmittance of the frame. As you can see, it's not working. Anyway, as you can see here, so this is the frame. So how much heat passes through the frame? The second one is the thermal transmittance of glazing. As you can see here, so how much heat passes through the glass? The third thing is light transmittance of the glazing. So how much visible light passes through the glazing? And the fourth thing is so-called G value. How much solar energy passes through the glazing? So these are the most important characteristics that we need to consider for this building. So the lower the UF, or thermal transmittance of frame, is, the better insulation you have. And this is very important because you need to get some, you need to get close to some specific demands. Then further on we have thermal transmittance of glazing. We have double glazing, triple glazing, so number of the glass panes is very important. On this building, in this time, we have single glazing. So we have single glazing and single glazing, as you can see here. So this is not really okay. Double glazing is getting more and more out of the industry, while the triple glazing is getting more and more popular. The 4-pane glazing is not really okay because it is too heavy, and your windows and the frame cannot get or cannot gain such heavy glazing. And then we have light transmittance and the G value. So the lower the light transmittance is, this is expressed in a percentage, less visible light passes through the window, and it's quite the same with the G value. The lower that value is, less energy, solar energy, passes through the window. What we have now here on this building? Mostly we have so-called box windows. So these are windows, we have two casements, both of them can be opened with a single glazing. So UV value, this is the combination of thermal transmittance of frame and glazing. So the thermal transmittance of entire window is around 3.5. This is very high value, so these are not good windows. And these here are demands. So from 3.5, we need to get as much as 1 watts per square meter Kelvin. And the second demand is the protection of cultural heritage. So the visual appearance must be quite the same, materials, and so on. Based on these demands, we have some proposals from industry, what can be done, and the first proposal is, well, quite simple wooden window with triple glazing. Why triple glazing? Because with double glazing, you cannot reach the demand of that value 1.0. So you need triple glazing, and here is the light transmittance at such glazing is around 70%, and the G value around 50%. The second solution is box window. This will be in the case if, well, the guys or people from Cultural Heritage Center will say, no, box windows must stay the same, so we will do box windows. But we propose box windows with twice double glazing. And at the end, we have good thermal characteristics of window. So these are two proposals. But here we can have some problems with light transmittance. The more glass panes you have, the less visible light passes through. So if we will want more light that will pass through the window, we will need to change some coating on the glass. So we will decrease or increase light transmittance. So this is the solution. This is another possible limitation. So as I already said, light transmittance is of importance. And the second one, there are many glass pane dividing crossbars. Are you familiar what are the crossbars in Windows? So those crosses. Normally those crosses divide big glazing on smaller parts. So when you divide it, you get lower UV value, so lower insulation. So we have very simple solution. We can install glued-on crossbars. So it looks the same, you just glue it on, and you have the same thermal transmittance. And here is a quick financial aspect. These are estimated values from a company that made energetic analysis on this building. So here is the area of all windows. As today set, around 340, right, windows. So this is huge amount of windows. Present value is here, and the new UV value must be 1. Investition is around 600,000 euros. This is estimated value. These are also doors and everything. And installation, so completely. Here are estimated energy savings and cost savings, and here we have payback period, which is 52 years. When I saw 52 years, I said, oh, this is a long period. But you have to consider it that the comfort and the quality of work is much, much better when you have better windows. And also, on our opinion, from our practical background, we believe that those savings are much better than were calculated here. So this 52 years is just too long period for a payback time. It should be decreased, let's say, to 40. So this is from our practical aspect. here are two of our former experiences. This is a hotel palace in Portorož, so by the seaside in Slovenia. There was a wood aluminium type of window, double glazing, because it was a couple of years ago. The demands were that the double glazing was okay. And here is also one big building very near here. So if you will go to the Prešeren Square and then you go to the left, you will see that building. And there are also windows that were restored and also with double glazing. So these are two of our former experiences. There are more. And, well, this is just the beginning of the project. We will work a lot of it in the next months and years, and I believe that we will do a good restoration on this building and make it perfect. So thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions now or later, bring it on.